All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good news stuff for you today. The main topic of the day is sort of all of the topics of the day, but I guess I gotta start somewhere. So let's start with Google adds 3 altcoins' prices to its search results. So if you've ever tried to search in Google BTC to US dollar, or like just 0.001 BTC to US dollar, you'll find that Google will automatically calculate that for you, just like any currency. And oftentimes it's actually pretty useful. But if you tried to do that with any other coin, you don't really get those results. You may get results for a specific website that does that for you, but not Google itself. So this is kind of a milestone. Google has added 3 new altcoins to its currency exchange calculator, and that is Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. So pretty awesome that Google is doing that. That's going to help, put a little bit more out there for those specific coins. My boy is kind of yelling in the bedroom. He doesn't really want to go to sleep, so that's kind of the way it goes. But either way, finding the prices of Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash is as easy as typing in Litecoin and BCH now. So, however, for Ethereum users, we'll have to navigate to the currency exchange page and select Ethereum from a drop-down menu. So I guess it just doesn't automatically do it for Ethereum, but it does it for the other coins. Kind of weird, but I suppose a start is a start. And maybe it just automatically does it. I don't know. I haven't actually tried to Google it here, but it says in the article that you have to go through the drop-down menu. But again, that's okay. This has got to start somewhere. And this gives just a little bit more, just puts them out there just a little bit more, a little bit more light on some of the other coins aside from Bitcoin, which we're going to talk about that in just a moment. That Bitcoin seems to be dominating a lot of the altcoins, which is really actually super unusual. So, and we'll get into that in just a moment. So, Ethereum network is dominated by 2 Ponzi schemes, and for a while there, it was really dominated by CryptoKitties, and it may still be. I'm not entirely sure what even happened to CryptoKitties, if it's still going or what. I don't see why not. But it was kind of a fun idea. I guess, like, if you don't know about CryptoKitties, honestly, I don't know much about it either, because that kind of game just doesn't really excite me. But basically, the CryptoKitties themselves are kind of worth quite a bit, and there can be these rare breeds of cats, and there's so many different variations. It's sort of like infinite in the variations, and I think one of the kitties sold for like tens of thousands of dollars, or hundreds of thousands, or something like that. One of the first kitties was the most, and then there's like rare ones that people buy. I don't get it either. But either way, it was dominated by that. But some of the highest here is we're talking about FOMO 3D and Proof of Weak Hands 3D. So Proof of Weak Hands 3D, what does 3D mean? Oh, it's the third. It's just like the third iteration, because the first 2 failed miserably. Now this one has held up, admittedly, but that's not really the idea. Is that you're just going to instantly lose your money, or that it's a scam or an exit scam? But really, it's a pyramid scheme. And why bother? I just don't get it. I don't get why people do it. I think they just, like, nobody would do this if it was like their own money. Like if it was fiat money, like your US dollar, and it was just like, hey, give us your US dollar and you might be back more money because it's a pyramid scheme. And you'd be like, you wouldn't do that. You would just kind of you'd kind of be like, hey, I'm pretty sure that's a pyramid scheme. I'm not going to do that with my money. But with crypto, for some reason, people really want to do it. I think my boy just closed the door. Oh, my. Always jumping in. He just wants to be in. He's just such a great day trader. He's 2 years old. He's the most amazing day trader. He's just crazy. He's on there all the time, just day trading away. I promise you, it's a, it's a true story. So why people do this, who knows? But both of these schemes have surpassed IDEX, the top DApp on the market, in 7-day volume numbers significantly, and they took up the majority of Ethereum's network activity on Friday and Saturday. So FOMO 3D works by putting the user in the helm of a fictitious ICO that goes through the hype cycle that most exit schemes go through. Its website even boldly wears the URL exitscam.me. And people are putting, oh man. So you can make money off of these sort of things if you get in first. But the idea is that only a few people are going to get in first. So they're super risky. And it just doesn't make sense to me. There's so many other better ways to invest. So the DApp smart contract shows us that it's going through its repeated airdrops that are awarded to the last person who purchased the fake tokens before the 24-hour round is over. So the very last person. So you think you're going to be the last person? Give it a shot. It's like playing the lottery. As more people buy into it, the jackpot grows, presenting the possibility of massive returns to anyone who wins a particular round. It's basically an automated pump and dump scheme on repeat, or basically an automated idiot tax. Because the amount of people probably putting in before you can get that 24-hour round is over is very, very unlikely, and it just people will just pour in at the very last second, and it's like, let's see, who's got the winning lottery ticket in your town? Do you think you're going to be the winner in your city, in your town? Probably not. It's just not going to happen. So now proof of weak hands 3D. The site started out as a joke, and it continued in the same spirit, but people got hooked nonetheless. So it started out as like a bunch of pyramids in the background. They had a bunch of pictures that you could use for marketing purposes with like women with cars and pyramids and just stuff like that. And some of these joke things are kind of funny, but then it stops being funny when people are actually investing, when it wasn't actually a joke. So like the thing is if it was actually a joke, nobody could actually invest into it. Like when you would go to like invest, it would be like, haha, this is just a joke or something on the page. That's a joke. But what is not a joke is actually something that functions, and then it's an actual scheme at that point. So yeah, providing imagery of pyramids and comical puns about Ethereum and the token sold on the platform. So Proof of Weak Hand 3D insists, however, that it's not a pyramid scheme. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. Of course it's not a pyramid scheme. No. But we just have pyramids all over our website, but something similar with a twist. Okay, so something similar to a pyramid, like a rhombus. Is it a rhombus scheme? Yeah, it could be. So in the case of a standard pyramid scheme, the first investors benefit the most heavily from the game as newer investors funnel money to the top. In a reverse pyramid scheme, the goal is upended to try to exponentially grow by trying to reward the newer investors the most. In our case, neither is true. We simply punish everybody. That's a quote from the creators of Proof of Weekends. So I bet you just want to go put your money in there pretty quick, but a lot of people do. I don't think I'll ever get it. But So that's a thing. So the Ethereum network that is supposed to be powering all these useful applications and smart contracts and dApps, whatever, is just basically clogged up by a few kind of useless things. And for a while it was CryptoKitties. I don't know if CryptoKitties is IDEX. I honestly don't know. I haven't looked into it that much because I never really dealt with CryptoKitties. I just as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I don't know. I'm a grown man. Like CryptoKitties, dude. So moving on. Vigilantes are outlawing crypto shillers and scammers. So this is kind of an interesting article. Hunting crypto scammers and shillers is now a sport. Armchair sleuths have taken it upon themselves to chase down perceived bad actors and to publicly out them for their crimes. Crypto influencers conceal promoted tweets and conflicts of interest are liable to be outed and shamed. So that last sentence there is pretty key. Crypto influencers who conceal promoted tweets, and interest are liable to be outed and shamed. So this happens in any kind of currency. But it's been really, really, even more so rampant since crypto has come out, because I think people are much more easily willing to gamble with their crypto as they are with their fiat money. And in reality, it's sort of the same thing. If you have $100 in Bitcoin, you have $100 in US dollar, like if that's what it was equivalent to in your country, if you're using US dollars, I guess, or euros, wherever. So you have that money. I mean, you could cash that out and you could send that to your bank account. You could have $100 now. And so you're not willing to put 100 US dollar or 100 euro or whatever into a pyramid scheme, more than likely, but people are willing to do it with their Ethereum. And I ask myself why, and it just seems like because crypto is more of a game to them, because they mined it, or because they got it in a different way, that it's somehow more so expendable than their actual money in their daily lives. And that it does make sense, because most people aren't paying their bills with crypto. Most people aren't paying their car payments with crypto. Most people aren't paying their mortgage with crypto. This, that, and the other thing. Most people aren't going to their local grocery store and buying $100 worth of groceries for the week or something. And some people are trying to get debit cards and things like that, and use their crypto in every way that shape they can, and that's all said and good. But just most people aren't, and they value their money more than their crypto. So Shillext is the new Bitfinex. In the originality stakes, Shillext isn't going to win any awards. The account is basically a clone of Bitfinex, whose chief preoccupation is bemoaning Tether's lack of transparency. Shillext has even recycled the Bitfinex logo, only it's operating under a different mission to undercover crypto influencers who fail to disclose payment for projects they tout. And so more on this real quick, just is that so because of that, because people are willing to spend their crypto a little bit more easy and gamble with it, etc., take more risks. There's been a lot of crypto influencers, even YouTubers, who just really prey upon that, use every single referral link they can, do everything they can. And let me just say that first, that there's not too much wrong with being paid to promote something. For example, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, the basketball player, literally has ads on TV for glasses. Shaq glasses. What does that have to do with Shaquille O'Neal? No, it's not a basketball. No, it's not like shorts or Cool Beans, shoes, or anything sports related whatsoever. It's glasses. What does it have to do with Shaq? Who knows? But he's promoting them. It's got his name on them. He's making money for it. Okay, that's good. But the people that are doing it in a concealed way, or a malicious way. So the phrase crypto influencer, while much derided, is the best term there is to describe Twitter traders with over 20,000 followers and the ability to move illiquid markets. So the guy behind these accounts, for they are invariably male, don't get paid for the charting. But that's not necessarily true. There is like Crypto Queen or whatever, and like all those like they'll put like Crypto Queen or Bitcoin Queen, and they're like some super hot Latino woman with a very large derriere, and for some reason they're shilling crypto, like they know a lot about crypto. I can't really speak for sure, but let me just say that they probably don't know too much about crypto, and kind of like most women on Twitch that are just playing a game, and they're in Bronze League and League of Legends, but they got cleavage about this long right in front of the camera. I wonder who's watching them for the skill of their gameplay. You know what I mean? They're just like, hey, I wonder who I'm gonna follow so that I can get better at this game. I wonder who I can watch on Twitch, who's the best in the world. I want to see what the best do. So of course they're gonna watch League of Legends, double D girl.com, or .tv. So few people would begrudge them the occasional promoted tweet, but it's the failure to disclose this fact that's controversial. There's a big difference between someone shilling a project because they think it has strong fundamentals and doing so because they're getting paid. Well, today we got you, Crypto Rand. He has made countless Medium article reviews and interviews where he charges 1 BTC for the content and never discloses that he's been paid to do so. This also includes paid tweets. Your followers deserve a better Shillext. So he says, because this is a tweet, it says, I don't do reviews, but we could do an interview. So they must have fished this, or somebody must have fished this out of him, like sent him an email asking how much it would cost for him to do some kind of review or something. And he says, I don't do reviews, but we could do an interview with new questions adapted to the content you want to disclose. Well, I don't know. It doesn't make too much sense because he does reviews. But I could do it for 1 BTC, publish the interview, and tweet about it. So again, there's nothing wrong with replying like, yeah, I'll try to like work with your project on this in some way, shape, or form for payment. But when you go on saying, hey, this is a great thing, I use it all the time, and you're not actually using it, and you got paid 1 BTC to do it, maybe people should know about that, because it's just a little dishonest. So while Shillix is chasing down conflicted Twitter influencers, a new Telegram group, Crypto Leaks, is hellbent on exposing scammers, abusive VCs, and pool founders. So far, it claims to have exposed dubious advisors, impropriety among ICO pools, and the usual scammers PMing Telegram users purporting to be channel admins. Crypto scams are constantly evolving, although you wouldn't think so. Just look at the replies to a typical crypto tweet where the F-bots are sure to be out in force. So welcome to the channel. This is designed to fight back against scammers. And so, you know, a lot of people going out lately, and I've been talking about this for a while, that a lot of crypto YouTubers, a lot of crypto shills have been ousted lately. And it was really the whole, obviously it was a whole Bitfinex drama. It was Crypto Nick and Trevon James, Craig Grant, and who's that other chump that stopped doing crypto? I can't even remember his name now. And you know, all those four were the main big four, and anybody that really tried to do too much shilling after that, people left a bad taste in people's mouths, and people were really trying to chase that thing down. And anybody that would do that would just be ousted or just assaulted in their comment section. So luckily I try to refrain from shilling as much as possible. Likely it actually was a detriment to my channel overall. Because a lot of these crypto shills have 4 times, 5 times, 10 times the subscribers that I do. Because I really think that people go to those channels to specifically look for what they want to hear. They want to click on videos that say how I made $100,000, how I made $1 million at the age of 17. But the problem is when you go to that video, they're going to tell you how they did it. But it's not going to happen for you because the way that Crypto Nick did it, you know, he was making videos how I made $1 million at 17, and well, he did it because of all referral links. It wasn't his $1 million. It wasn't because he was such a good trader that he made such good trades. It wasn't because he was hodling for so long that now it's worth $1 million. It was just because of referral links. You know, because when Bitfinex first came out, or excuse me, not Bitfinex, but BitConnect. Excuse me, BitConnect. Oh my God, BitConnect. Because when BitConnect first came out, you know, the first people to make videos about it were the first people to be clicked on, because people see this BitConnect deal and they're like, well, I want to know how this works. I want to know, you know, I want to see it. I want to see somebody else do it first and see what their gains are, see what their numbers look like after putting in such and such. And that's pretty natural. But the idea is that because they were first, everybody was subscribing to them, and then they would make video after video after video after video on that same topic and never really changed from it, because that topic had that referral link in it. That's how they would get people to click on that referral link, and that's how they made all their money. And then another thing too is, of course, the crypto YouTubers, you know, and a lot of YouTubers are always just spamming, yeah, like, subscribe, share on the channel over and over and over, multiple times sometimes throughout the channel. And I just don't really do that. I just feel a little dishonest when I shill, or when I just you know, really try to promote myself at least too heavily. I don't know, like I guess I reach out a little bit. And I think that was kind of a detriment to the channel. But we're going to continue on like usual. It doesn't matter. So the last article I have here, before I talk about the Bitcoin price, is Bitcoin bull Mike Novogratz believes herd of institutional investors are coming for crypto. Now, we've read a lot of articles like this, but it really feels like it actually is coming along now, because there's a lot of articles like this. They're really, really piling in. And losing my voice here really fast. I guess it's it's you know, not good for the voice to stop doing videos on a daily basis and then start back up again. But I'm not really doing them on a daily basis. I know they've kind of been daily so far, but just be prepared for a few days in between. It doesn't mean I'm dead. Doesn't mean I'm the man who sold the world. Don't worry, I'm still in control. Come on, somebody got that reference. You know, and it just means that I'm a little busy doing something else. So, herd of institutional investors coming for crypto, according to Mike, former Wall Street executive and hedge manager. Novogratz's statement came as part of the keynote speech at Korea Blockchain last week, as he elaborated on it during an interview with The Street. So according to Novogratz, who raised $250 million for Galaxy Digital, his crypto bank, earlier this year, institutional investors are beginning to see the potential in blockchain technology, which he believes is seeing increasing adoption and can grow as the internet did. Well, these institutional investors aren't really too worried about the technology, unless, I guess, you're in the technological sector. Is that a word? But most of them are just in the money-making business. So I think I'm actually going to stop reading this article so my voice doesn't completely die. But you guys can check it out if you want. All these are going to be in the description below. And the reason why I wanted this article here is just to talk about it really quick, because Coinbase raised 200, well, people invested 200 or excuse me, 20 or 30 billion into their Coinbase custodial services, which is basically if you have $1 million and you want to buy crypto, you can use their custodial services, which cost you, I think, like a monthly fee, and they keep it in cold storage, and then they give you trading advice and things like that. You know, they basically just it's traders, Coinbase for millionaires, let's just say, where you get a lot more features. So that's big news, and there's just tons of articles. It's very easy to simply Google this at this point, and there's just a ton of articles coming out every day announcing this. Now I want to show you this. This is kind of weird. The market cap is back to 300 billion, but Bitcoin is a bit higher than usual. Then, you know, so, you know, we're at 47 billion for Ethereum, 141 billion for Bitcoin. And as you look at the charts here, you can see that Bitcoin is doing a lot better than a lot of altcoins. Not all altcoins. It's up 2.83%, which is usually, Bitcoin is usually one of the absolute lowest growth rates and decline rates for that matter, as opposed to alts. Now, as you can see, EOS here is at 5 point, there's about 6%. But most of them, including the top ones, Ethereum is just 0.32, 0.51, 0.39. Of course, this will change by the minute. Litecoin is down a little bit. Even Cardano is just at 0.51%, half a percent. IOTA is just a little bit behind Bitcoin. So even these lower coins, these lower cost coins, are actually not doing as well as Bitcoin is. So that means that a lot of people are pumping a lot of money into Bitcoin and not the altcoins. Even though a lot of the times, pumping money into Bitcoin does raise the altcoins a little bit, but it appears in this case, usually the way that combats that, because of all the pairing on the exchanges, when Bitcoin raises, the other ones typically raise as well, sometimes more. Most of the time more, to be totally honest, because they're paired together. So that means that Bitcoin now buys more of this particular coin, since it's actually paired together. If exchanges just used Bitcoin to US dollar or Litecoin to US dollar, that would not be the case. If you pumped a bunch of money into Bitcoin, it wouldn't affect Litecoin because you just didn't do it. So there's a lot of exchanges that do fiat pairing, but there are more that do just crypto pairing because it's much easier for them legally to do that. Whereas if they pair it with a fiat currency, there's a lot of legal loopholes to do that. So that's why they just avoid that most of the time. You would suspect that all of these should be going up, and more so than Bitcoin, since it takes a lot more money to really pump Bitcoin, because its market cap destroys all other coins. Essentially, is well over 10 times many coins. But so it looks like to me that some people are actually dumping other coins to put into Bitcoin. And this happens from time to time, but usually when it happens is because of an impending or imminent hard fork of a coin or soft fork, where you're going to get, instead of just Bitcoin, you're going to get Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, or Bitcoin and Bitcoin Gold. And so people will take all their Litecoin and they'll sell it on, for example, like GDAX or Coinbase Pro now, whatever they want to call it, and sell the Litecoin and then pump it into Bitcoin. And then when that fork happens, they'll get those coins. Now, Coinbase honestly is not the best to do that on. A lot of people do end up doing it on Binance or some kind of other exchange, but you get the point, is that they'll sell one coin and then they'll pump another so that they get the forked coin of that, so that they can sell it or hold it or buy it or whatever they want to do afterwards once they get that coin. And then you'll see the price go back down and the other coins start to go back up, and that happens all the time. But in this case, it does look like maybe some institutional investors or people preparing for institutional investment to Bitcoin, because institutional investors are probably going to go after Bitcoin from the other coins. Now, it depends on what investor, and I'm sure some have other coins in mind, but Bitcoin is the brand name. That's what they want to go after, and that's what they want to pump. That's what they want to make big, to make trading big, and so that's going to pump Bitcoin. So that's what leads me to believe that to believe some of these institutional articles that have been coming out very recently, as you know, institutional cries of investors have been coming for a long time now, for many months. Oh yeah, institutional investors are coming, they're coming. It's like Game of Thrones at this point. When are the dragons coming? When are the zombies coming? When is the attack going to happen? When is what happened with season 7? Do the writers even know what happened in season 7? Nobody knows. Everybody's just turning their heads like, what was that? That was the fastest season I've ever seen. Everything just happened all at once. What even happened? Let me just get off that train real quick. And so that's what leads me to believe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this particular episode, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.